Championship Wrestling, and we welcome you to this fabulous world-class professional wrestling card sanctioned by the World Class Wrestling Association. Your officials are Wwc, Ralph Foley, and Rick Hazard. Our first event on this card has a 10-minute time limit. Pacing around the ring from Halsted Street, Chicago, Illinois, weighing nearly 500 pounds, it's the indestructible one-man gang. Behind me, his opponent weights from New Mexico, 250 pounds, Chief Mark Youngblood. Rick Hazard will officiate this bout.
And welcome again to this edition of World Class Championship Wrestling from the world-famous Sportatorium right here in downtown, beautiful downtown Dallas, Texas. This is our first event of this edition of World Class Championship Wrestling, as practically the entire section of Chicago known as Halsted Street has arrived in the ring. That's the one-man gang, 487 pounds, 237 pounds larger than his opponent, the Chief, Mark Youngblood. But this should be a very, very talented match. Youngblood has shown us a great deal of versatility and his ability to stay with some outsized and awkward situations. And I think that he will give the one-man gang a good go for it tonight.
Get out of here!
Well, how about that? The one-man gang is running the situation. Rick Hazard is the referee here on this edition of World Class Championship Wrestling. They want to tell him on Youngblood. He's quick. He knows how to stop things, and he can move about very easily. He has a few different shots. He can chop. He can come up with his tomahawk shot. And he doesn't mind coming inside right there and taking a lot of punishment as he is in the headlock. Well, they always say that Texas is awfully dry, that we are running into one of what we call gully washers down here. It has rained and rained and rained. In Texas, only if you're going to have about 8 inches of rain in a month, you have it all in one night. So they try to have it all in one afternoon, and this evening we've been having a lot of rain off and on. So there'll be a few empty spots tonight. Some of the folks that just couldn't float down to the old Sportatorium for this edition of World Class Championship Wrestling.
Oh,
Great pop, another one by Youngblood, and the young Indian does explode. Watch this great move. Whack! Double chop on the head. He's got the gang down. Might win it. One. Not enough. Well, my prophecy of a very exciting possibility with Mark Youngblood has come true, and the gang has maneuvered out of the ring. And how often have you seen anybody shove the one-man gang around and make him retreat? I mean, that is something special, and Mark Youngblood turning out to be somebody very special in world-class championship wrestling. Speaking of things special, in just 3 weeks' time on May 4th, it is the Parade of Champions, the David Von Erich Memorial Wrestling event of the year at Texas Stadium. In that first David Von Erich Memorial, there were over 45,000 fans on hand, the largest crowd ever attending a professional wrestling event. And with the lineup of tremendous talent this year, we expect another outstanding crowd. Super talent, superstars, all getting ready to perform and to battle at Texas Stadium, like the Freebirds and the Von Erichs for the 6-man World Tag Team Championship. Well, now the one-man gang has turned it around a bit, and he's trying to take that left arm and make a chicken wing out of it for the young Indian, Chief Youngblood. Yes, that May 4th event, Texas Stadium Parade of Champions for the World 6-man Tag Team title. Michael Hayes, Terry Gordy, Buddy Roberts. Youngblood trying to come out of there now. Got to get his little bit of a war dance going here. That threesome of the Freebirds from Georgia against Kevin, Kerry, and Lance Von Erich. The challengers, remember, for the champions World Six-Man Tag Team title. The Freebirds are the champions. Well, I thought that Youngblood was going to pull himself out of that situation, but the one-man gang has that left arm barred and is holding in tightly on it. That's going to be a tremendous event at Texas Stadium. Folks coming in chartered buses, chartered planes, Amtrak trains, driving in from all over the country, flying in from overseas for one of the really major events of the year.
Let's go!
Probably some coming by boat. If this rain keeps up, they can come in by boat. Well, Mr. Youngblood is over the top rope now, and the one-man gang got to rip around and tear that left arm out of there. Another great aspect, I'll turn to that in just a moment, is the voting for the World Heavyweight Championship. We'll talk about that in a second. There's a bang on that left arm again as the gang illegally wraps the arm underneath the rope. Is so obviously there, or Rick Hazard is showing. And Mark Youngblood trying to get circulation back in that left arm as the one-man gang continued his pursuit of the young Indian from New Mexico. Quite a shot there by Youngblood. Another return by the gang. The one-man gang from Halsted Street, Chicago. I don't say you can lay him end to end on Halsted Street. But he has 487 muscular pounds to pound into somebody, and that can loosen up your ribs. Also give you a slight headache right there. As now the gang has Youngblood just about where he wants him to begin to pummel him and punish him and put him away, but no! Youngblood battles out of there. He is very resourceful, and resourceful again. Going up high, going down low, and then that rip across the eyes slows things down. Well, the gang continues his triumphant, in his own mind at least, his triumphant attack on Mark Youngblood. I was going to mention on the Parade of Champions at Texas Stadium May 4th, there is, of course, the voting for the challenger for the World Class Wrestling Association World Heavyweight Championship match. The champion, of course, as you know, the World Heavyweight Champion is Rick Rude. The Von Erichs and the Freebirds are not eligible for that. Nice move by Youngblood. As the gang impales himself in the corner, and Youngblood comes to the attack. Comes to the attack hard with a double tomahawk shot. Here he comes, another running foot into the neck. A drop kick, and down goes the gang, and once again, Mark Youngblood is on the rampage. Very few can put together what this young man is doing, and then the gang rips illegally across the eyes. Underneath, Youngblood, up and in, oh no! That's one maneuver you just can't quite do with a backbreaker, and let the man put 487 pounds to a count of 3, and the one-man gang is the winner. Mark Youngblood with a fabulous adventure. Let's go down to Mark Lawrence with his report.
The winner of the match with his hand in the air, the one-man gang.